Hey guys, it's Justin Wayne, also known as the Real Life Hitch. Today we're going to talk about how to pick up women in bars.
After Justin demonstrated just how easy it can be to make out with women in public, Cosmo invited him to their show.
That you're like a real life hitch.
Alright, first of all, when it comes to stranger approaching random people, there are non-social environments, which is stuff like in the daytime, walking on the streets, in park. The point is when people go out without the reason to socialize. And there's what you call social environments where people go out to socialize, such as like bars, clubs, you name it. And the one thing I want to kind of say here is that I think that meeting girls in bars is a very sweet spot, because you're going to a place where girls are more likely to be in a better mind state, for meeting men. Let's think about it. If you go on the street, for example, the problem with the street is that there's like 10 reasons or 20 reasons, more reasons why she could be out in the street. She could be out in the street because she needs to get her nails done. She could be busy. She could be going to work. There's so much more reasons that that's what makes street game, quote unquote, more difficult to really get that attraction going, because she's not allowing it to happen because she's so busy. However, when you meet a girl in a bar, it's like target marketing. She's already in that state of mind to meet a guy sometime, or just to socialize, or just to be free of life's miseries of work. So she's going there to drink and have a good time. Now, that doesn't mean she's gonna go home with every guy that approaches her, or doesn't mean she's always gonna go home with a guy, but she's much more likely than if she's doing something completely random somewhere else, okay? And remember, the same girl that's like the freaky girl at the nightclub, the same girl in daytime is a different girl. She's going to be in a different headspace. So that's why the most important thing when you talk to girls is her state of mind. Now, I said all that just to illustrate why bar game is my favorite in terms of like simple, effective game, in terms of like hooking up with girls and meeting a girl. Now bar game is like the balance between nightclub. It's not like a nightclub. Nightclub's like loud noise, and you have to hit on lots of girls and do all kind of crazy stuff. That's a lot more energy, right? I still like it, but it's still a lot more energy. And then there's daytime approaching, where at least it's just a lot more jarring. The girl's not in a state of mind. You have to do a lot more work to create that smooth conversation. But bars is in a sweet spot because the girls are not just there to they're there to have a good time, but the environment is more conducive for conversation. People go to bars to drink and talk, which is exactly what you would need if you want to connect with a girl good enough to get to know her, but still have her in a situation where she could still be looking to get some, good loving, right? As some would say. So moving forward, let's talk about how to meet girls in bars. Now, there's a few ways to do this. One of my favorite ways is just basically being the friendly guy in general. So instead of worrying about how to approach the girl, how do you approach people in bars? How do you approach everyone? And that's like the best thing you can do. Just talk to a lot of people there, right? Stuff like you could comment on their shirt. Hey, I like your shirt, man. Where you get it from? Very simple. I mean, especially to another guy or whatever. You can. So the point is that just by you being the active guy, talk to the bartenders, whatever. It just makes you look a lot more attractive and cool in the rest of the bar. Because most people in the bars, they talk to themselves. But the fact that you talk to different people, let's say there is a hot girl in the bar, she's gonna notice that. A lot of guys make the mistake, it's like approach the girl right off the bat, like one shot, one kill. But you have to remember, when you're in the bar, you have a good 1 hour or 2 hours before she leaves most of the times, right? So, if you could, just befriend a lot of people. Talk to multiple groups there of people. But keep about anything. It doesn't have to be something very complex. Or what I normally do is if I see a group of people, instead of approaching the whole group, I might just look for the person that seems the easiest to approach. So let's say there's 3 girls, I might talk to the fattest one, and just to get, because she's gonna be the easiest girl to talk to open the conversation. Right? And or if there's a guy in the group, I might just talk to the guy instead. And there's if he's with 3 girls. But the point is, you just talk to other people first, and also too, by talking to other people, it makes your vibe warmer. Your energy is warmer. You're getting more social fitness now. You're socially more free now because you've talked to a few people, and now when you talk to her, it's much easier. One thing I noticed is once I talk to a good amount of people, when I approach a girl, it's a lot more on than when I approach her straight up without her even seeing me in the room. So rule number 1, get noticed. Let her see you being a socially active person. That's gonna definitely increase your standards. Number 2, if you could, let us see you talking to maybe some women. Now again, they don't have to be the hottest one in the world. It's just about getting conversation, being the social guy. It really makes a difference, okay? Also, if you know that bar very well, know the bartenders. There's someone that you know, he knows you, and he can even say good things to the girl about you indirectly too, while you're doing other stuff. Like I've had like bartender friends that would just like, when a girl's sitting down by herself, whatever, she might say, oh, who's that guy? Talk to those people. Oh, you should meet him. He's really awesome, whatever. Something who's like, hey, meet this girl. Boom. And it's like that. And the fact that I didn't make the approach, my perceived value was high, or even higher than hers, because I didn't chase her. So that's a great way to do it. Now, sometimes you can just be a man and approach it straightforward too. I'm not saying you cannot approach it straightforward. I'm just saying sometimes setup is better than the actual approach itself. So if you can always try your best to set it up first, where your value seems good, you seem like a socially cool guy, and then you talk to her somehow. Then you just talk to her. It's easier that way than just approaching her straight on, especially in a bar. There might be like 2 or 3 girls that you might want to hit on, and you don't want to just go from girl to girl to girl and burn yourself out with 3 different girls, and then for the rest of the night there's no one else to talk to. Instead, become social, won't by talk to other people, and then you approach the girls. And that's like the best way. Now, in terms of like what to say, there's many things you can say on the opener. It can just be something as simple as, you know, hey, what's up? Or hey, how's your night going? Very simple. You know, you don't always have to do some kind of crazy, like, over-the-top opener, especially in the bar. Girls get it, you know. Most of the loves of their life, or guys that they met or they hooked up with, didn't have to say some magical pickup line. They just stalked them normal, or maybe teased her about something like, you know, those shoes, interesting. I like that one, you know, like, yeah, your shoes, you know, they're interesting, right? Make her wonder, like, what interesting? What do you mean interesting? What is it, good or bad, right? So I always do that stuff. Like, oh, I'll tell you later, you know, what's your name? Boom. That's it. But again, that's just one random line of many. Again, if you really want to know all the lines, you know, go to our free course above, and that will teach you all that. But more importantly, in this situation, again, the bar is a great place to meet women. And the idea is just, again, be a socially cool person, look like a socially cool person, and your success rate will be a lot higher than when you try the hard way of randomly approaching a girl who didn't even notice you in a room. You came out of nowhere, and then you have to do this uphill battle. Now, sure, will you get lucky sometimes? Of course you will. Maybe, depending on who you are. However, if you want to have higher success rate, you always want to warm up the room, we call it. I call it the circle of joy. You go the circle of joy. You just go talk to different people, look for the people that are most available to talk to, and just like vibe with them for a little bit, and try your best to remember different names that night, and you'll be surprised how that's like the best way to get the hottest girls, and even nightclubs as well, but especially in bars, because they're going to notice that you talk to everyone, and you become a social connector. Okay, and it can even go so crazy where sometimes there's a bunch of girls, I might, like, you know, talk to everyone and like get a little after party somewhere else with a select group of people from the bar, and you're the alpha, you're like, and I'm like the leader of the tribe there, and it just does amazing works. So I hope this kind of helps, and yeah. All right, guys, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel, because it's going to give you a lot more amazing content. And if you want to know any more information about this stuff, more specifically about the circle of joy technique, check out our free course above, and that will give you our email list, and also the course will teach some really cool stuff as well, and you get access to a lot more things that can help you expand your life with women. So I'm hoping this helps. Actually, I know it's going to help. Let me stop saying hope. I actually know it's going to help you guys. Just do this next time. I guarantee you, you'll start seeing improvements of meeting girls in the bar. Peace out.